Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, prepare for an all-international Andre introduction. So, here we go. Good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, buenas noches, bonsoir, boa notte, good avond, good kveld, good aften, dobre večer, dobre večer. Jo, es steht given up. Grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, Shalom, Salam alaikum, Konnichiwa, Xin Chao Ni Hao Annyeong, Namaste, Kamusta, Bonum Vesperum, and Ia Noara, my friends from all over the world. It is game number 3 between WhiteRa and Sen. We have Sen here spawning as the teal Zerg player on MLG Metalopolis at the 6 o'clock location. WhiteRa here is the red Protoss at the 12 o'clock location. So it is a ZVP. Sen is looking pretty good. The way he handled this special tactic attacks with the WhiteRa and the Phoenixes, with the follow-up with the Warp-ins and the cannons at his second expansion was pretty good. And then his counter-attack with the Zerglings, and then in addition to that the Nidus Hydras. I have to say I'm impressed, and yeah, Sen is playing absolutely beastly, absolutely showing us why he deserved his third place for the NASL. It was quite an entertaining. It's quite an entertaining match, and he is showing us quite some very good skill, especially in ZVP. His series against MC, one of the best ZVPs I have ever seen. Tasteless. So, here's the hatchery coming up, there's the pool coming up, so this means hatchery first. There is this warp gate, the gateway, not just a warp gate yet. Here's the cybernetics core. And yeah. That's it. So, there is the second pylon, the second assimilator of a WhiteRa finished. So he's got the possibility to go for some gas intensive tech here pretty soon. Maybe he's just going to play it standard, but I really can't remember when I saw WhiteRa play standard the last time. Every time I casted it, was just like DT drops, like Void Ray Harris, it was proxy pylons and everything like this. So now this prop is still in here, still scouting a little bit. He sees what's going on, he knows about the pool, he knows about the gas, he knows about this hatchery as well. So I'm bringing his overlords in position. Here's one, here is another one. And he's bringing his Zerglings in position as well, most likely to take the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Indeed, the left one is taken. How about the right one? In 3, 2, 1. Did it. Here we go. Nice motion detectors at those Xel'Naga Watchtowers, I have to say. Those Xel'Naga guys, they did a good job, and especially with the Zerg and the Protoss race, providing us an entertaining matchup. Because seriously, who wants to see TVT all day? Sometimes it's good to see a TVT, but it's so much more fun with more races. And looks like WhiteRa wants to go special tactic once again. This time he's showing a sentry right away. He's got 3 gates, and he's got a Twilight Council. There is a probe. He's going for a pylon here. Does he want to fake? And he wants to go DTs once again, and he really likes his DTs. And every time when I see WhiteRa play, no matter if he wins or loses, I want to go DTs too, because I'm a Protoss player. So, and looks like he is going to expand, and he's going to go for the DT expansion. Of course, this is it's a good thing, it's a good strategy. It's not some sort of a one base all-in play. Yeah, you can fall back for this. You can go for transitioning into Arkans if you see DTs might be not too successful here. But he's got the evolution chamber finished. He's got the +1 for the melee attacks. There we see the Roach-Roin coming up for him. Some Zerglings in production, some Overlords in production, and another hatchery, because Sen wants to go all macro here, because we are on cross positions on Metalopolis. In the bottom right here we see on the high ground expansion number 2 for him. Now there's a Zergling, and this Zergling is scouting out what's going on. He sees all those sentries, He sees the list, he sees the Nexus, and nice blocking pylon, by the way. But does he know about this DT shrine? And I personally, I don't think so. No, he does not. He's still not using both of these overlords to move in. Maybe just wants to see if there's an war prism flying out of the base, or maybe saving it for later. Now, this pylon, it will get taken out in the last second. The DT was about to get warped in, but not just finished in time, and this could be absolutely huge, because now we see the spore crawlers in the making, and the spore crawlers most likely will be finished just in time before the next DT has arrived. And there is the DT, but Sen here with a hold position on the ramp, just blocking the complete ramp. Now Sen knows about the DTs of WhiteRa, know about the spore crawlers as well, but those two spore DTs at least take out this hatchery, and there's not much Sen can do about this. Now WhiteRa is using this one DT to prevent this spore crawler from moving up there, so he takes out this hatchery, prevents Sen from getting up his second expansion. Is super intelligent, like this quite a lot. So Sen deciding, okay, it's macro hatch time, it's time to go for a lair here. And does Sen spot the DT? And there is the DT now spotted by Sen. If WhiteRa can take out like 4 or 5 of those drones, he's already in a good position. Took out 4 roaches, but no, the DT, 4 roaches, 3 drones. But the DT got taken out. So now WhiteRa, he's got another gateway here, getting a 4th assimilator. The 3rd one is now started to being mined from. And now his transition will be once again Blinkstalker. So WhiteRa going for the same build he did in the first game on Belshire Beach, but this time Sen's second expansion is not up, it is destroyed right now. So what is units lost telling us? 650 resources for Sen and a 700 for WhiteRa. Harvester count is telling us 53 drones, 50 probes, so not that big of a difference. So if most people say if you just play against Zerg, doesn't matter if it's a ZVT or a ZVP, the Protoss or the Terran players most likely is an advantageous position, just because of the fact that he most of the times can play more cost effective. But there's a Baneling's Nest, and not only a Baneling's Nest but also an Infestation Pit on the field, so he might be able to do some damage with those units, but still there are no infestors outside. Now those Zerglings moving over here, and now Sen realizes, oh, I'm getting attacked. He's getting 22 more Zerglings, and he's getting those pathogen glands upgrades for the infestors, so most likely Sen is going to go for the same build like he did in the first game, with those Zerglings, with those infestors as well. We see 5 more infestors being morphed in right now. We see some Archons as well. DTs, of course, not too effective here when there is a good detection provided. There is WhiteRa taking out the Spore Crawler, taking out this Overload. There we see some Force Fields. Force Fields not being too effective though. Now the DTs warp in, but the DTs get taken out quite fast. Now here is this Archon. The Archon is doing some damage, but only was attacking the Overseer and not the Zerglings. Now the Overseer has been taken out, but still those many gateway units, all the Stalkers and this one single DT, and the Archon is here now to do some more damage. And Sen, there he is attacking, and there are all these 5 infestors dropping a lot of infestor turrets, and now those Fangirls doing some additional damage. WhiteRa needs to evade all those infested turrets, because otherwise he will lose all his units, and indeed now he's losing all of them. So now there's only one DT left, the Instructor DT, currently on 12 kills. And now, is he going to attack this hatchery right away? And yes, indeed he is. Do we have another Overseer in the making? Yes, we do. Here it is. So this Overseer will be finished right about now. Moving over here to this base. The hatchery got still a 350 HP left. Here is the Overseer, surely but slowly moving over here. And now the DT will get taken out, and the hatchery survives with 137 HP left. Now WhiteRa deciding, okay, it's time to go for another expansion. Currently the supply still looking in favor of Sen with 110 over 87 right now. So having a 20 supply lead is a good thing to have. Now he's going for the hive tech once again. We see the +2 carapace, the overload speed upgrade about to get finished pretty soon, getting more extractors, but he needs to watch out. This hatchery is still very much injured. Now he's attacking this hatchery once again and a third time, and the hatchery still survives with a 20 HP left. So maybe a 2DT attack would have been slightly better. Now still Sen needs to watch out. It's just like this queen has to sneeze or just be a little bit too much force with a lava inject, and this hatchery goes down, so needs to be very, very careful. Now Sen already continued here with a creep spread a little bit more. How many active creep tombs does he have on the field currently? I only count 2, not that much. There's some more Zerglings waiting. And now WhiteRa will be finished with this Nexus pretty soon. Got some Stalkers here. The harvester count is currently 63 compared to the 68, so... Oh, my mistake. It's 83, not 63. So, Sen here in the 11 harvesters lead right now. WhiteRa is going to go for the robotic space. Finished right about now. He's now started with a +1, and he is double robo all the way. There is a Robo Facility 1 and Robo Facility 2 is right here. But Sen most likely will be able to attack pretty soon. He's already getting in position with this overload most likely. This could be some sort of sacrificial overlord. Now here are some DTs getting dropped because WhiteRa prepared to drop with some DTs. The pylon survived with 12 HP. All those Zerglings go down, but there is Sen. He needs to get in position. He's got 2 infestors already and lots of Zerglings waiting here. Now Sen is spotting this. WhiteRa needs to drop with his DT right away and get out with the Warp Prism. Good job, just to reveal the DT with a fungal and let the Zerglings take care of the rest. Now he needs to pause the game, so pretty soon we will continue. So I can't move the camera right now, but I can look at some statistics. So 82 drones, 81 probes. Very similar. Army supply, WhiteRa 67, 43. So WhiteRa currently is in the lead by 16 supply. His army supply is way bigger right now. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. So who played more cost effective? For the moment it is Sen is ahead of 1,775 resources right now. 1,875. So quite a bit, of course. WhiteRa just sacrificed quite a lot of DTs to take out the hatchery in the bottom right. High ground was not able to do this. And now let's take a look at the spendings tab. And WhiteRa is lagging. Of course, this is quite unfortunate. Hopefully he comes back pretty soon. Because as soon as we see the lag screen, and now we can take a look at this. So, WhiteRa is back. And here we go. And this is really interesting. WhiteRa invested nearly double the amount of resources into his army than Sen did. Sen did much more into economy. So this is... Oh! Never mind about WhiteRa being in the supply lead, because Sen just decided to build 11 Ultralists. So what can you do against Ultralists? You can blink Stalker a little bit, but most likely will just be too many Ultralists. So why not just go for some Archons? Because Archons, they don't take additional damage. They are so big that they don't take splash damage, and they deal quite a lot of damage as well. Of course, Void Rays are a really good unit to have against Ultras as well, but is there a Stargate on the field? And no, I don't see a Stargate here. He's just adding 3 more gateways, and he's going for the gold expansion. Now there we see a photon cannon and 2 pylons. There are some Zerglings trying to do some more damage. This Warp Prism wasn't able to do so, but now he's going into the phasing mode. Sen does not know about this Warp Prism. There he's warping in some more units, 2 Zealots and the DT. Here we see some Zerglings maybe going for a 1-buy, but now WhiteRa got all of his units here in the middle. He's got the +1 attack finished, the +2 attack finished in about 60 seconds. Now, Yes, this one DT, and the DT gets taken out. The hatchery once again survives with a very low HP, 95 on this one, and about a 250 on this one here. Now this Warp Prism is still alive, did do quite some nice damage, but the question is, will it be enough? So some Zerglings lost their lives here at this pylon. But all those Ultralisks are out. Where they're here, they are. And the supply is 178 against 191 right now. He's getting 4 more infestors. The plus 3 armor is finishing for soon, for Sen in about 2 minutes. But the plus 2 attack will be finished in half a minute. And now we might have the first engagement here. Okay, not just yet. And there are the Ultralisks on the ramp. And is he going to move up? It's just pure Ultralist. You can do quite a lot with if you micro your units correctly. Now WhiteRa is going for the Templar Archives. He's going for Immortals, adding another War Prison, 3 more cannons as well. Of course, cannons always a good talent to have. And then he's just adding Spine Crawlers, he's adding Spore Crawlers. He absolutely wants to make sure that this base is not getting attacked once again. Now, the Adrenal Glands for the Zerglings coming up. There's a plus 2 melee attack just finished, so now they do 19 damage in a splash radius, but even more importantly, 43 each time they attack against armored units. And guess what? Stalkers are armored units. Immortals are armored units as well as soon as the Hardened Shield is depleted. Nice job, Fungal on the War Prism. Now here the infested Terrans will be able to take it out. But before he did this, there was just a small amount of Zealots taking out the hatchery. So the hatchery is down, he needs to rebuild it. But still, don't you worry, Sen got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatcheries waiting, but looks like WhiteRa is about to attack. The plus 2 for him is finished, plus 3 is halfway done, adding more gateways, and pretty soon Sen will use all of his ultras here to attack at this gold. And now WhiteRa only apparently wants to take out the gold. He's now pulling back with all of his units, and now he's getting the Archons I was talking about, because they're pretty good against an ultraless army composition. So Sen, by the way, he does not have the Neural Parasite. He will not be able to mind control any of those Colossi, any of those Archons. Another War Prison. WhiteRa is not giving up on his War Prison. Is moving out, but looks like here is Sen about to move in. But the Concav is so much better for WhiteRa right now. Only 1/5 of the Ultralists can do some damage right now. Yes, he can fungal the shit out of all those units, but Sen is just wasting all of his units one after another. I'm not really sure why he decided to move in and attack there. Of course, he immediately can remax. He's got 10 more Ultras and 52 more Zerglings in production, but there is WhiteRa warping in quite a lot of Zealots and DTs at the same time. Now, the DTs get fungled right away, so the Zerglings get taken out. Fungal here on the War Prison. Another DT is getting warped in. Now the DT is still alive, but the War Prism goes down at the same time. WhiteRa is moving out to the 3 o'clock location. Here come in a lot of Zerglings, but those Zerglings, they die so fast, especially against the plus 3 Colossi. This one DT has been taken out, this War Crawler providing detection, but so are all the Ultralists, and Sen's supply is now going down. Some more Ultras pop out, but if there are only 1 or 2 Ultras all by themselves, they will not be able to do some damage. Ultralists need the open field, and if they don't have this, there will not be too much to earn for them. Now we see more Zealots warping in. The Zealots, of course, doing a good job at taking some damage, meanwhile allowing the Colossi to deal more and more. And Sen is down to a 90 supply. Meanwhile, WhiteRa is still at 170, but for just 1 second, Sen got 70 more Zerglings in production here on one of those. And those Zerglings got plus 3 armor, pretty soon plus 3 attack, Adrenal Glands already. But those Colossi, they don't really care. They do 42 damage each time they attack. So all those Colossi will be able to one-hit all the Zerglings, but might still not be enough. The Colossus will get taken out, but DTs one-hit those Zerglings as well, so the cannons and the DTs clean up this attack. This hatchery is gone, this hatchery is gone, and this hatchery is about to go down. But before this is happening, GG is called by Sen, and WhiteRa takes game number 3. So he's not just yet out of the game, and in a very entertaining and a long 25-minute match. Sen takes game number 3. Not just yet, because WhiteRa. And now I can chat with Sen, because he can choose the map.